So a very good morning to our listeners. Hope you all had a great weekend. Just taking a look around the markets as we head into the North American Open, and the comments out of the G8 at Camp David at the weekend that they continue to support those leaders, the developments for Greece and keeping them within the Eurozone as addressing the fiscal problems in the debt-ridden nations has underpinned some of the sentiment here. However, in terms of those actual meetings, they didn't announce any new measures as such, and there was still some variance in opinions from those leaders. Nonetheless, though, given higher equity markets into the US session, the Bund has been trading lower, as too as the 10-year future. The Asian equity markets finishing predominantly in the green. In terms of the 10-year government bond yield spread, seen a little bit tighter across the board at the moment over benchmark bonds. Elsewhere, in terms of the latest with Greece, over the weekend there were 4 separate polls conducted, showing a little divergence between the numbers, 2 having the Syriza far-left party as leading, and the other 2 polls suggesting New Democracy as having the majority votes ahead of the June 17th elections. In terms of one other interesting point was that the far-left leader, Tsipras of the Syriza party, is in Germany and France over the course of the next 2 days, and in European interviews he has softened somewhat his rhetoric, saying that he is open to talks in regards to the Eurozone, something which he hadn't said before, and he's also said that he foresees good relations with the new French President, François Hollande. In terms of the rest of the session today, it's pretty quiet in terms of US Tier 1 economic data, so likely to keep things very Euro-centric. In terms of data this morning, the only real thing of note we've seen is from construction output in the Eurozone, with the month-to-month reading over 12% was a record high, with Germany accounting for around a plus 30% reading as well within that data. That pretty much though concludes the opening wrap for me here in London. One other thing and a final thing to remember for US listeners is we did have the FOMC voter Fed's Lockhart speak this morning out of Tokyo, Japan, and he said that in terms of some of the minor tweaking in their communications, that's seen as a good incremental policy change. However, QE3 cannot be taken off the table. That's it then for me. Hope you all have a great trading day, and we'll have another update for you later today.